You're looking at an outward opening metal commercial door recessed into a brick wall with a piano-style hinge. This training video will demonstrate a variety of methods for defeating these types of doors, along with a new forcible entry prop designed by Mike Perrone, created specifically to practice techniques for forcing all styles of outward opening metal constructed doors. We hope you find it beneficial.
Hi, Mike Perrone. I'm going to show you my patented crush door simulator. These outward opening doors, these flush doors, you find in the back of taxpayers, strip malls, any commercial building. Most multiple dwellings have outward opening doors as bulkhead doors on their roof. This is a real steel door, section of real steel door. This is how it works. I have a third of a door here. In other words, doors are normally about 79 inches tall. That's what they are on average. And this is about 26 3/8. We cut them. When you load these doors, always put the seam to the door stop. That's how it is in the real world. So you drop it in, and now you put your 2 horizontal bars in to hold it in. Now with my Pro Bar, I can go through all the techniques. That's 5 forces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save the last one in the middle on this side for last. What I'm going to do then is we're going to take these 2 brackets off, and we're going to put one of them down the middle, so that now when we go in here for this last force, we're actually going to be forcing the door out. Now, say you don't have a 36-inch wide door. You just take this, you drop this in, it bolts in at the top and the bottom. This rides right along whatever width door from 36 to 24-inch wide doors. This door gives you 6 different forces for a third of a door. So a full door, you're looking at 18 different ways of teaching guys different methods to be able to force the door out. I'm going to show you those ways. All right, we're going to put it through its paces. Thank you. Okay, I got a 36-inch door slab in here. The jamb is the same size as a regular door jamb, and the door stops on the inside are the same exact size. So if I force this, I'm forcing the door in the real world. Worst scenario, right? You're at the back of a taxpayer, the thing's roaring, and you're back there, and all you have is a Halligan, and you're by yourself. Nobody to hit you in. If I'm by myself, and I can't get this to go, and nobody's here to hit me in with another tool here, I'm gonna have to make this purchase bigger. I'm by myself, the best way I found to do it, I'll bang in here about 3 or 4 inches in. It'll open up that gap enough for me to get in there and start crushing. So here we go. Okay, now here's another problem I have. You see what I got back here? I got the back of the door separates. So I still can't get by that door stop. It's the back of the door separating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crush a little more to make it wider for me to get in there. And I'm going to throw my fork in and hit this back part of the door off the door stop so that it bends over a little, and I can grab the edge and pull it in. Okay? Here we go. You see what I just did? I hit here, it bent the back. Now I can grab the back very easily, all right, and pull it over, and then come back in here with my adz, crush it, slide it by the door, and in the real world, pull it out, and you got it. Another technique we're going to try here, this technique on this side, I'm going to say I'm by myself again, but I'm carrying one of these metal chocks made by Firehooks Unlimited. I come up to the door, and obviously, again, too tight to get in myself. I could take this metal chock out of my pocket, all right, and drive it right in. What that gives me my purchase. Now I'll come down, pull the chock will fall out. I crushed it to this point, but I still can't get my adz to the back of the door because the back of the door separates. All right, so I got to get that to move over. Now, if I had somebody with me, I could put the Halligan here off the doorstop, because the doorstop is here, off the doorstop, and it could hit me and it can bend it. But I'm by myself, so I'm going to turn around with the fork, and I'm going to hit off the doorstop. See, if I hit on the doorstop, guys, nothing happens. It's hitting the doorstop on the other side, so it's not going to bend. If I come in here, though, and I hit hard, it's going to bend that metal, and then I'm going to be able to grab it once it's bent and pull it over. All right, so here we go. All right, look at how that bent over. Now it's such an easy grab. I'll just grab it with the fork. It's easy to grab now, and then pull it over and expose that door stop on the inside. Now it's completely exposed. I can actually just drop my adze right past it. If I needed to, I could even crush it out of my way a little more using the door edge. Drop it in, and now I force the door out. All right, for this one, for this force here, we're going to do two-man. Now we're at the back of a taxpayer or even the front of a commercial building. We got an outward open metal door, and we got to force it. I'm going to put the adze here, and Danny's going to hit me in. Hit. Once you hit the door stop on the inside, don't keep hitting, because the adze end will go into the soft door stop in the real world. Okay. Now I'm gonna force the door by crushing it, and we'll see what happens to the back part of the door. I can come up, or I can come down. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Now the back went with the door that time. It didn't stay straight because it was on a tack weld at that point, which is even better. Since I crushed it, I didn't have to go after the back part of it like I did the other times. Now I'm on the back. Danny, just hit me in a little bit. Good. And now in the real world, it's time for me and him to force this door outward. Okay? All right, for this last force down here on this side, what we're going to do is Danny's going to put the axe blade in. Say I had a hard, pull it out a second, Dan. Say I had a hard time getting in here, okay? You can also open up that by dropping the axe blade in and me hitting the axe blade in. All right, once the blade hits the door stop, there's a couple of things you could do. Pretty much if you took the axe out now and he's there to hit for me, I could drop the adze end in. You could also do this to enlarge the purchase point that you had. You could lock up your tools, and as you're going to pull the axe out, you bend it this way towards the door, and that opens it up just even a little more. Okay. All right, now you see what I have here. I still have a situation where I can't get by the door stop yet. Now I have two guys, so what Danny's going to do is I'm going to put it here, and he's going to hit me in until that steel bends where I could grab the edge of it, okay? Go ahead, Danny. Stop right there. Look in here now. See how that, by hitting it there off the door stop, see how that steel bent? Now I could grab it with the fork and bend it over, and now go in with the adze on the back of the door, and we force the door out in the real world. All right? We're showing you techniques of getting by, wrapping the adze end around the back of a very fortified door. All right? All right, what we did 1, 2, 3, 4 forces already. We're going to do the 5th one, and we're going to save the 6th one for last. That's a great one. All right, right now what I'm going to do is I'm single person again, by myself. Again, single person, you're at the door. I can't get this in. I got an open and out door. What I'm going to do is, before, I like the technique where you bang here and it opens up, but I'll show you another technique. I'm going to spike around here. Once I bury it through the door, I'm going to come in this way. The adze is going to bite here, bending the door edge over, and I'm going to hold that with a chock and then drop the adze end in and start crushing and get by the door. All right. There goes the edge of the door. There goes my chock. There goes the edge of the door. You can see it right there opening up. I'll hold that. Okay. Put it in. Drop this in and start crushing.
Good.
And now this time, the back edge moved over. I don't have to go in and hit it. I can just grab that edge, maybe. Let me see if I can grab it with the fork. Pull it over. There it goes. Come in behind it, and behind the door, and it's time to force the door outward. All right? All right, what we did, we showed you how to crush the door, get it out of your way, and wrap the adze around the back of the door to force out, all right? But obviously, it's being held in. We didn't force anything out. What we're gonna do now, since we did all 5 of these techniques, we're gonna force this last force, and we're gonna actually show you the door forcing out. We're gonna change the configuration. We're gonna take these 2 brackets off, and we're gonna put one of them down the middle, all right? Now, when we come in here and crush and get past the door stop, and we go to force the door out, it's actually gonna force this section of door out. We're gonna actually show how the door forces out. All right, what I have now is I'm gonna drop this in to make that recess, to mimic a recessed door in like a factory door, and open it out, factory door with a recess into the brick building, okay? All right, what we did was we changed the configuration. We got the vertical bar, so we're gonna actually get in here. Danny's gonna hit me in, we're gonna crush, we're gonna get past the door, and we're gonna actually force this section of door out. It's not being held anymore by the horizontal brackets. We're gonna actually force this section out. But we're gonna throw a kicker in there. Like I said before, it's gonna hit like as if it's the brick factory where they have the recessed doors. We've seen it all the time on factories. We're gonna go in here, we're gonna crush, we're gonna get by it, we're gonna force out, but then we're gonna be stopped from forcing all the way. And then I'm gonna show you a couple of nice techniques to get this door to come out some more. Okay, I got 2 men, I got Danny DiMartino with me here. He's gonna drive me in. Right here, where I wanna go in, it's nice and tight. I'm gonna open this up a little bit. Okay, Danny, drive me in. Hey. Good right there, okay. Okay, there's that back sleeve, but I got a guy to hit for me, so we're gonna bend that over. Go ahead, Danny, hit. Good. All right, let me grab the top. I got it. Go over, crush it out of the way. Okay, now we're on the other side of the door, just like we did with all of these when we did them, but this time we're gonna force the door out, okay? Now we come out. Okay, look how far out the back of the door has come, all right? Any locks holding there usually are gone, okay? But if they aren't, I can't go any more because of this wall. The Halligan's hitting the wall, okay? What I gotta do is, I got an option of this. I can come down, it'll come out a little more, but I'm gonna show you a way to get the door to come out even more, even though you can't finish through this wall, okay? I can bring it back up, and Danny could take the axe and put the axe head against the wall at the bottom. See how it's anchored in down there now? All right? Then I come out, when I come out again, it'll lock itself between the brick wall, this will be brick in the real world, and the frame. And now I come out on that. And look how far out I could get this door. I can put my whole hand in here. I mean, there's no lock's gonna be holding you right there with that much of a push out, okay? But let's just say, all you are is yourself and a Halligan tool. Nobody else with you, but of course you carry your chocks, okay? I pull my chock out, I draw back, and I put the chock, heavy end, right in between the Halligan and right on the edge of the wall. It'll lock up in there, and then I come out on that. Now look at how far I'm gonna be able to come out. So there's no locks holding you here. If there was ever any other locks that would be holding you, you can hold with another chock at this point and work up the same way you're doing this on any of the locks in the door. Let me tell you something. By yourself, chock and Halligan, if you know what you're doing, use the techniques I use to get the adze behind the door. Once you're behind the door, you're in a position to force this door, okay? To get that door. Bingo. All right.